Hey everyone, my name is Kenny. Thank you for checking out my channel. Today's video is going to be all about answering the big question, WR Hybrid or the Banshee? All right everyone, so thank you for checking out my channel. Today's video is basically going to be all about, is it Banshee over everything else? And where do we go from here? What's the future going to be like for the channel? So my plans are to mod these Banshees to be something insane. They're going to be two different kind of theories that I'm going to have behind them, or two different end goals behind each machine. I'm going to build each one with purpose. So the blue one that we have right here, the 05, is going to be made more for a trail machine. So we're going to try not to widen it, do a couple things, improve some performance, not do anything super crazy, but overall we're going to have this thing looking clean. Might not be crazily modified, but looking clean. We'll discuss the plans for the 92 in the next video, but it's going to be set up more for a motocross MX track kind of thing. We're going to do some long travel on it and things like that. However, where does it leave us with the hybrid? All right, so my hybrid is one of the big things that I absolutely love. I mean, it is complete custom. Obviously, being a hybrid, you won't find this in production. However, my hybrid looks just like close to looking like a regular 450. However, the WR motors are close to being a direct swap. You kind of just got to do a couple things. Check out my other videos if you want to see what those things were. But this thing is powerful and it's amazing. I think a regular 450 comes with like 34, 35 horsepower. That WR is like 62 horsepower. I mean, this thing will move. And then I put the exhaust on it, full Barker exhaust. It's got the ProFlow adapter. Carb is jetted. I mean, this thing will move. It's also got a 478 big bore kit in it, high compression piston, and it's got hot cams in it. So it'll move. It'll do real good. Also, it also has the fuel mapping, or the mapping, so that you can get all the power. It has the carb mob, so it's instant throttle response. But what am I going to do with this thing now that I'm going to end up having two Banshees? And more than likely, once I get these Banshees done, probably going to run this thing. All right, so we all know Banshees are iconic. I mean, they're amazing. If you're in the ATV industry and you're over like 14 or 15, even at that age, you probably know what a Banshee is. I'm 36 years old, and this is like the legend. These are the things that I've wanted to ride when I was younger. However, I got to a Blaster, never got to a two-stroke. This thing's going to need plenty of work. We are going to polish up these wheels. We're going to get this frame powder coated, cut off a couple of these tabs, as you see, like right here, that we don't use. I am going to put the OEM heel guards, those back on, because I do want some kind of heel guard, since it's going to be more of a trail machine. We're going to powder coat everything. I'm going to see about the A-arms. If it's kind of 50-50. A lot of people stated that you cannot powder coat these A-arms on the Yamahas. On these OEM ones, they kind of have a sealed bushing that maybe has plastic in it or something. But then when I look online as well, other people stated that they powder coated them with no problem. So before I buy new ones, I am going to attempt to powder coat these and see how they're going to turn out. If they turn out great, we're going to rock them. If they don't turn out great, I'm just going to buy some replacements, or I'm going to look at doing some custom welding and putting replaceable ball joints in it. But I've seen a couple people do those online, but right now that's not going to be my original plan. I am not a professional welder, and I really would prefer not to do it. My brother does amazing in his welding, but he's not like really local, and I kind of want to keep this channel moving along. So might switch out the bumper. I am probably going to possibly switch out the steering stem. Not really sure yet, but I'm going to try to keep this one really, really simple. But what do you do, man? This hybrid is amazing. This hybrid is not set up to be a trail machine. This thing will fly. Now, it doesn't have the upgrades as you would think, like Lone Star, but it does have a lot of things done to it that make it very competitive and very great for the average or beyond average rider. This will walk a 450. It will walk a 450 clean out. But we have it wider. We have a CCP steering stabilizer, some bumpers on it. We have the, I think, Alba Nerf bar in the front with the AVS clamps, CR high bends. I did put the LTR lever on this thing just because I like how it's adjustable, kind of subtly, nothing crazy, but you can adjust that easily. Put the light bar in it so that I can see at nighttime if I run it. Got a little switch over here, set up like dirt bar. We just turn the key, set up like dirt bike. We just turn the key on, hit the start button. None of that cluster over here of all the lights. But, you know, this thing is good. I mean, I've done so much to this thing, and it was originally gonna be it. I mean, I wanted this thing. It's great. It's got some voicing. I think it's got the fin in there. It's got the carb upgrade, the quick shot. I mean, if it's available or able to be touched, this machine has it touched. So we got the bead locks on it. We got the extended Alba A-arms. We have new tie rod ends. Everything is powder coated, everything. And this machine maybe has 3 hours on the build. Nothing crazy. I don't do a whole bunch of riding, but whenever I do want to get on it and rip and get that adrenaline, I have it. But here we are with the Banshee. So everybody knows about the Banshee. And this thing is super quick to be, I guess, pretty stock. I don't really know if there's anything been done to it. My plans are going to be, as I stated, to do everything, strip it down motor-wise to give this thing more power. What I plan on doing is simple. I'm going to possibly send off my cylinders and see if I can get a trail port put on them. Not like a drag port or anything. I don't need any of that. I want to get them ported. I am going to bump up the carbs just one size from a 28 to from a 26 to a 28. Give it a little bit more air, or air can get to it. I'm going to check to see what kind of reeds are in there. Might upgrade the reeds if it's needed. It does have a K&N style filter in there. And I'm going to keep that air box. Since this is going to be used on the trail, I want to make sure that I can protect that intake. The lack of air box, you know, kind of definitely puts you out there at, you know, some risk for things to be getting clogged up around there. But I think I'll get enough air flow to this with just the lid off. Let's go ahead and get them both started up real quick and see what we're dealing with. Usually goose it. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, they both sound great. So let me know, would it be the YFZ that you keep, or it will be a Banshee that you keep? They're going to be set up differently. However, my second Banshee is going to be set up more like this one. But what would you do? Keep a trail Banshee, keep a hybrid, keep a trail Banshee, and keep a MX Banshee? Or just get rid of both Banshees and keep the LTR and the hybrid? Or you let me know. The combinations are endless. Drop what you think down here in the comment section.